What's up, Nerdmigos? I'm the Jive talking nerd, John Norgrove, and this is Nerd Jive. I decided to shoot outside because it's fucking beautiful out here, right? So, decided to give that a shot. But today's gonna be a pretty quick video. I have a bunch of stuff I need to get done tonight, so let's get it going. So first up is some Ghost in the Shell news. So it was just announced that the voice cast of the original Ghost in the Shell movie is going to do the Japanese dub of the live action movie, which is awesome. In fact, I really hope it's going to be included on the Blu-ray edition so that way I can watch it in Japanese with English subtitles. The original voice cast for Ghost in the Shell is absolutely fantastic. So, I mean, that's super exciting news. I absolutely love that idea. Next up is some X-Men news, which is kind of interesting. I read this interesting article on Blaster. It's linked down below. Check it out. That talks about Caliban, which is the mutant who can track other mutants. All right. So he is in both Logan and X-Men Apocalypse, and he's played by two different actors, which is sort of funny because this whole thing didn't come about as some sort of link between the two movies, but as a miscommunication. He was essentially coincidentally written in to both movies, played by different actors with different characters and all this kind of stuff, just because he kind of worked in both, which is, it's pretty funny. It's a funny article. Read it. It definitely shows how even within one corporation, people just don't want to communicate about what they're doing. So I found that pretty humorous and figured I'd share that with you guys. Next up is there's a new Guardians of the Galaxy clip that is amazing. It is so funny. There's this whole back and forth between Rocket Raccoon and Peter Quill, where they're talking about like who's the best pilot in the galaxy or whatever. It's so good. If I remember correctly, it's the clip from the Kids' Choice Awards. I read the article earlier this morning, so I'm kind of going off of memory on what that said. But either way, it's I'll have it linked below. Check it out. It's really good. I cannot wait. I think this movie is going to be absolutely hilarious. So next up is another video another clip I have linked below. I'm sitting on a hammock, sorry for that back and forth thing. I'm trying to stay as still as I can. So NASA just test-fired one of its SLS rockets. So it's going to use 4 of these rockets, which are essentially modified, upgraded, both technologically and mechanically. They're like modified and upgraded versions of the rockets that were used in the shuttle, or used on the shuttle. So they're going to have 4 of these, and then 2 exterior solid booster rockets. Those don't really count. And that's what's going to be used for their heavy lift missions, which is the SLS system, which is going to get them to Mars and send people to the moon and, you know, all this kind of stuff. It's their new heavy lifter from NASA. But so they test-fired this thing. It's an RS-25, excuse me. It's an RS-25 rocket, which is part of the SLS system. They test-fired it. And they shot a 360 video, which I'll have linked below. They shot this 360 video so you can like kind of pan around and see it happening. It's really cool. Really awesome video. These things generate, what is it, 512,000 pounds of thrust. All right. And when they inevitably launch the SLS, these engines, 4 of these, will burn for 8.5 minutes solid. That is an insane amount of thrust. These things are going to be able to lift just incredible amounts of weight. And this was a hot test fire, so it was live flames in the whole bloody mix. But check the video out, especially if you're into the rocketry stuff, or if you bring it up on your smartphone, not on your, if you're on your computer, you know, you can scroll around with your mouse, but if you're on your smartphone, you can sort of do this thing where you know, it's so cool to do that in these 360 videos that some of these people are putting out. So that's good news for NASA. It's absolutely awesome. So next up, and this was like a last minute addition, there was a trailer for a new movie. One of the directors, so the director of the movie is one of the directors from John Wick. I don't know if he's from the first or the second, or if they did both. I don't 100% know. but it's a movie called Atomic Blonde. It stars Charlize Theron, and it's sort of this like spy action thriller thing where she's like a secret agent spy, and she's just like beating the shit out of people. But it's very that John Wick tight kind of action, holding people and shooting them and shooting over there and shooting, like it's that kind of thing. It's really, really so good looking. Oh my God, I cannot believe how good this movie looks. It's also starring John Goodman and James McAvoy. And she's like part of MI6 or something, and there's a whole, I mean, you'll look at it in the trailer, but in the trailer, there's a whole thing with like, she meets, James McAvoy plays like a German agent, and he's like, brutish and no joking around German agent. And then there was a chick who I didn't get a good enough look at her face when I was watching the trailer, who plays like a French secret agent. And so she's like, getting sexy with the French secret agent and that kind of stuff. So, it's really playing off of the kind of spy thriller tropes, but like hard action when the action happens. It looks really, really good. John Goodman's just, oh my God, that guy's been so good as of late. I mean, he's always been good, but goddamn, dude, his serious roles have just gotten off the charts. But so yeah, check out the trailer for that. I'll have it linked below. It's called Atomic Blonde. It looks absolutely amazing, absolutely amazing. I cannot wait for that to come out, or for more clips of that to come out. Like, it looks so good. I'm so hooked. I guess it's real quick. I guess it's based on a comic book or something. I don't have all the details on that, but if you know, if you watch a trailer and you think it's based on a comic book, or you know anything about it, comment below and let me know. I heard somebody say that it was based on a comic book, but they didn't seem like they were 100% on that. So, I'll be interested to look into it. Next up is Deadpool 2 news. We have an announcement on who's going to play Domino. It's Zazie Beetz. She's from the TV series, web series. I saw the first episode on YouTube, but I've only seen one episode. She's from Atlanta, which is super, super good, but I've only seen the first episode, whatever. But yeah, so she's gonna play Domino in Deadpool 2, Zazie Beetz. Super excited about that. That looks awesome. We still have no news on who's gonna play Cable. I really hope the sheriff from Stranger Things. I really hope the sheriff from Stranger Things gets it. So, if you hear anything about Deadpool 2 news or anything like that, link it below, let me know. So the last thing, and this is like I'm gonna, spoiler warning, flashing, I'm gonna try to do like a flashing thing up there. But so there's some Alien Covenant news. So I guess during a pre-screening of Alien Covenant, it was revealed that David is the creator of the xenomorphs that we know and love from the original Alien movies. So the David that's in Alien Covenant is the same David that was in Prometheus. I was going to say Alien Prometheus, and that didn't sound right. That's the same David that's in Prometheus. So I guess in this pre-screening, they saw a clip or something like that where David was talking about, like, David shows them this room full of the egg sacs from Prometheus, and he's like, oh, it was just an accident, I didn't mean to create it, but I was like screwing around with their genetics, and this is what happened. So it sounds like David made the xenomorphs, which is dark, but it's pretty interesting. I'm pretty excited about that. I don't like what that does with the whole Alien Predator movies thing, because then it's like, well, if some human invented the aliens, then why are the predators predatoring them? It screws up with a little bit of continuity in my mind, but it's still an interesting idea, and I look at Prometheus, and if there's a connection between Covenant and Prometheus, this new Covenant movie, as being outside of the original Alien universe, like sort of like an alternate universe and a multiverse of stuff like that. So I guess I'm okay with it as long as I accept that as the explanation. But yeah, that was really it for today. Not a lot of news. I wanted to kind of get this done real quick, edit it and get it up online real quick. If I can get this up tonight before it's go time, I think it's at like 10:40 tonight, just go to SpaceX's YouTube channel. There's a launch of a satellite to geostationary orbit, and they're not attempting to re-land the first stage, which is super crazy to me, but that's what I read this morning. So you know, if you can catch it live, watch it live. They have both their hosted telecast as well as their technical telecast, or simulcast, I guess is what they call it. And if you don't catch it live and you're watching this later, go to their YouTube channel and rewatch it. All of their launches are absolutely fantastic. You'll love them. So check that out. I always forget to say it. That's why I always just add it in text. But, you know, like the video, comment down below with anything you think. You like outside, you don't like outside. You think I got a stupid face. Yeah, you don't think I got a stupid face. I got a different kind of face. Whatever. So comment down below. Let me know what you think. Like if you enjoyed it, even just a little bit, because, I mean, theoretically, it's going to help me maybe. You know, pipe dream wise, I would love to do this at a significantly more pro level. Right now it's just a little bit of a hobby, but yeah, like, comment, subscribe, and yeah, man, tell me what you guys think. Share my videos. The more I get out there, the more, you know, feedback I can get, the better I can make these. So either way, I've been John Norgrove. This has been Nerd Jive. Stay nerdy, guys.